Russ, author of The Estate, and we're going to be going to chapter 17. We're getting close to the end, and I'm going to recap chapter 16 first, the poem. The poem is, they find a poem written by Jimmy Sumner, and it had kind of, it was kind of cryptic. It had, each first letter of every line of the poem had a letter in it, and they deciphered that the name, if you looked at the first letter of every line, it's the name Violet. So somehow the mystery girl that disappeared from Jimmy and could not be found again, her name was Violet. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and let's go on to the next chapter.
Chapter 17, The Girl. Anna was looking forward to seeing Roger over the weekend, and she gave him her updates over the phone. He too was skeptical about Violet leaving town, suspecting her abusive father had a hand in her disappearance. That asshole got away with it, he said with annoyance. Anna wasn't so sure about the father being the prime suspect, but there were many unanswered questions. Was Violet dead, or did she escape the abuse? Why would she leave Jimmy? What did the note say? What exactly happened to her? Why did she need to be found after over 60 years? Over the summer, Anna and Ruby discovered fascinating things in the house, including a hidden rifle, a single diamond earring, a brooch, an uncashed check, baskets, photographs, a journal, a sketchbook, and a dog collar. Each had a remarkable story behind it. Anna believed there was an even greater story connecting some, if not all, of these items. A linchpin tying it all together. And it became her mission to find it. Her first step was locating the note Violet left for Jimmy. She had Ruby check the basement and Jimmy's possessions again. Nothing. Anna then strongly believed Jimmy would have kept the note with his journal. She took out the journal and removed the leather cover. Her instincts were right. A tattered, folded-up note fell to the floor. It was exactly what she had been looking for. The note read, "I'm so sorry, Jimmy. I must leave the life I have here. We had a fun summer together, but I am moving on. You are a great person. I'm sure you will have a good life. Violet." Anna's jaw dropped. The note was so direct, so cold. There was no mention of love. Was this a one-sided relationship? Was Violet a fantasy girlfriend Jimmy created in his mind? It was heartbreaking. He loved her so much. The note was awful, and the most heartbreaking part was that some of the words had been smudged by water. Undoubtedly, Jimmy's tears. Anna, teary-eyed, put the note back inside the book cover and went to find Ruby. "Hey, Ruby, let's go out and get some air. I need some nature." After Ruby left for the day, Anna called Roger again. Roger had become Anna's touchstone, always making her feel better. He loved caring for her, and she gave his life purpose. "Roger, I want to see if any of these things I found are connected. I also want to find Violet. Of course, I'm clueless as to how to do that." The Dear John letter from Violet to Jimmy was a gut punch. Some crazy-ass things happened with this family. Roger, supportive as always, said, "Let's put our heads together when I get there on Saturday. Maybe we can explore all the possibilities to help lead to Violet. We can start by eliminating some of the things you found that existed years after Jimmy's time with Violet." "Will you make me blueberry pancakes when you're here, Roger?" Anna asked. "It would be my privilege," he responded softly. Saturday arrived, and so did Roger. After another nice breakfast on the patio, they sat in the living room. Anna had a pad in hand to capture notes and opened a discussion. "What we already know about Violet is that she was 18 and had a disability. In the picture, she had braces on her legs and was holding a basket. What was in the basket? Does it even matter? Where was the picture taken? I can see a lake or pond in the background." Roger spoke next. "The pond looks like the one on this property." She was gathering blueberries by the lake, which would explain the basket. You found a basket with blueberry stains in this house. What if it's the same one? Jimmy took that picture. They spent the entire summer together, right? Anna took a sip of coffee. I'm interested in who would want to hurt Violet or even make her leave. We know her dad was abusive, but was he evil enough to kill his own daughter? He probably didn't want his daughter with a Sumner. But the Sumners were rich, and he would have been opportunistic. I would have suspected other boys who were jealous of her relationship could be the suspects. Roger frowned. Let's decide whether Violet left town or was murdered. Because she never popped up in any records in any other city. I don't think she was murdered. In your dream, she asked you to find her body to solve her cold case. I agree with you, Roger, Anna replied. And I don't think she wrote that note to Jimmy. It doesn't seem right with me. Someone else wrote it. The police had little forensic ability back then, or even if a handwriting comparison was done. The mom absolutely believed that her daughter met a bad end, although they never found the body. Let's eliminate Jimmy himself as a suspect, Roger interjected. Maybe, just maybe, the goodbye note set Jimmy off. He was crying and in a rage, a jilted lover. That's a strong motive. Anna straightened up. From all I've discovered about Jimmy, as a child and an adult, I don't believe he could hurt her or anyone. We know how much he loved her, although we don't have evidence, other than my dream, that she loved him. I would take him off the suspect list, along with his brother Grant. That leaves us with Miriam, Roger said strongly. She was an awful person. She loved and protected her boys. She would not be okay with Jimmy having a girlfriend with polio. The question is, was she awful enough to do that to her beloved son? Unless she thought it was in her best interest, added Anna. Here's how the basket ties in. Miriam set up her dad's lover to get kicked by a horse. Remember the basket of blueberries and the snake on the trail? She was a schemer. Even as a young girl, she won the shooting tournament through deceit. Roger was on the edge of his seat. That ties in the rifle. Miriam was a sharpshooter. We have the murder weapon. Roger, I love you, Anna screamed. This is like a game of Clue. Miriam with a rifle in the study, or Colonel Mustard, Miss Scarlet. They both laughed. A moment of comic relief. But Jimmy kept Violet a tight secret, Anna continued. How did Miriam find out about her? Grant wouldn't tell. What would have set her off? Roger squinted, deep in thought. You're going to kiss me after what I say next, Anna. What if Miriam found out that Jimmy gave the earrings to Violet? Anna perked up. Wow, Roger. If I could jump up in the air right now, I would. If Miriam saw Violet wearing the expensive earrings, that would be enough motivation. She saw the girl not only as a wrong girl for her son, but as someone taking advantage of him. So why do we have only one earring? Asked Roger. I think the missing earring will lead us to Violet. What else do you have to support this scenario, Anna? Nothing much, Roger. Just the dog collar. King's dog collar that was never buried with the dog. Not sure it's relevant. King was crazy about Violet, according to Jimmy's journal. Anna and Roger sat in silence, sipping coffee. They were close to solving the mystery, but not quite there. They had conjecture, but no proof, making it hard to convict a killer based on vivid dreams. Anna looked up at Roger and smiled. What? Tell me what you're thinking, Roger pleaded. Anna had a confident smile. King is the key to tying everything together. We know Violet went missing in August 1959, right? Roger, run to King's gravestone and bring your phone. When you get there, read the date on it and call me. In less than a minute, Anna's phone rang, and out of breath Roger was on the other end. King's grave says August 12th, 1959.